Well, let's start it. Let's see how this goes.
I'm gonna check it out.
I was having a problem that like all my virtual windows were just hiding or just disappearing. Joel, you didn't want to be spoiled about Arcane, right?
I finished it last night. No, earlier
Wow.
today.
Ah,
We
nice.
can talk about it then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care if we talk about it while you're playing the game?
I don't mind at all. I should have posted a link to this stream. I don't even know if it's really working yet.
Yeah, I fully intended to look up some critical analysis of what other people thought because I personally was left a little bit disappointed. And I would say, kind of what I was saying yesterday,
let's start it. Let's see.
like the scope of it seemed really compressed. One of the main things I have an issue with that carries through from halfway through the second season to the end is how there's absolutely no reunification of Piltover and Zahn. There's nothing that brings them together. There is no story element that shows the actual people reconciling with each other. The only thing is the council gathers together and Jace says, we need both sides to put aside our differences for this fight. But the entire arc with Midara, whatever it is, Midarda, whatever her name is, the main Midarda mother leader person, is rushed from the start of season 2, in that all throughout season 1, it is Zahn versus Piltover. Start of season 2, Midarda lady is introduced, but she's an ally to Piltover in whatever obscure aims and goals they have. To halfway through season 2, all of a sudden she is a leader, or an enemy, basically. And all of that just felt very strangely hacked together. There was very little emotional payoff for the validation of the two cities as individual units or as a combined, shared city state, whatever. And that would be my biggest beef with it. I really appreciated the development of Jace and Victor and their arc. I wish that Vi and Jinx had a little bit more time, especially in that last
You should go talk
episode.
to Blake or Alice. They handle most of our contact with
I
visitors.
agree.
It is what it is.
I watch all sorts of things with my binoculars.
Wow.
Who wants to know?
Just went right into the deep end with the critiques.
Well, I agree with what you just said, like that last bit. But
yeah, the last
some
episode
stuff that you said that I
especially.
don't agree with.
Nice looking
Oh, really?
boy.
Yes.
I always wondered if he was.
What, you didn't want to see any more of Vaughn? You were sick of it?
Of who?
We saw plenty of it in the first season.
Who?
Oh, well, that's the thing. We saw tons of it in the first season, but then it
Hold
completely.
on, I didn't hear what
dropped
you
off.
said. We didn't
Well,
see
you
enough
don't
of
have to do
who?
that
What?
anymore.
The
Sounds like
Vaughn?
you gotta hurry to him. Any chance the boomers
Zahn.
would let me visit
Sorry.
Nellis?
Oh, Zahn. Okay.
Yeah, no, I got sick of it in the first season, but in the
It's like, I
second
wanna see the
season, it's
level.
non-existent.
This is so exciting. Let me know how it turns out.
What are your thoughts, Wes? How do you disagree with mine? Where would you like to see improvement, or where did you think it was perfect?
By the way, hello, Blackjack. Someone named Blackjack is watching my stream right now.
Nice.
Okay, sorry. I was checking the audio of your stream.
How is it? Is it okay?
It seems good. I would almost put your volume higher than mine and Joel's since you're hosting.
Yeah.
And maybe turn down the gain. It depends on how dialogue or how much you want our conversation to like overpower the game,
Right.
or if it's going to be if we die off and you're going to have like more
Bring down the desktop
gameplay.
audio, maybe.
It depends on what you want the stream to be.
Right.
But if we're talking right now, then
even for everybody, more than anything.
I would turn yours up at least.
I hope I can just do it right here with OBS.
But okay, while you're doing that, I'll just keep talking. But yeah, okay, so Joel, the thing that I don't agree with you is I did not care for Jace and Victor's story this time. Victor's story was like the right spot of season 1, the second half of season 1, in my opinion. I just him trying to overcome what he saw in his mind as his disability by questionable means and grappling with that was very interesting to me. And then this one, it's just become such a nebulous concept. I don't know. I like the groundedness of it in the first season, but now he's like this cosmic entity that there's nothing for me to like grasp onto.
No,
I don't relate to it as much.
I feel like that development needed 3 or 4 seasons.
How is your visit with us going, stranger?
I liked.
Well.
I keep wanting to call him Little Man. What's his like superhero name again? Echo. I liked his development until they introduced the like
I'm not interested in trading with
multiverse theory thing they have going.
Jack
I give him credit for not like diving too deep into that, but it's like there's already so many like nebulous concepts going on here.
I suppose Jack deserves
I
a chance at love.
agree with you guys on the fact that I think there should be more.
But he is responsible.
There should have been more time to just
Do
like
not make me regret this decision, outsider.
Let some of these ideas simmer. Maybe they wouldn't have felt so nebulous if they didn't feel like they were being presented to us and progressing at like a breakneck pace.
Yeah, I felt like the Medarda arc should have been its own entire season.
I liked that. That all felt grounded.
Well, I don't think it took long enough. I don't think they really explored why she was doing what she was doing. It just felt like a pointless character thrown in there to be a reason to push Victor into trying to take over everything. But they're compared to the groundedness
she's trying to
of the first
she
season,
bred her daughter to be like an ultimate weapon. That was her that was kind of like her motivation for all of the decisions she had made.
But why?
Because she's just like a warrior race who will stop at nothing until she gets like complete and total power.
I know the reasons, but it didn't show that in the show. It said that.
Can she come here?
I like that. I mean, I didn't have as big of a problem with that, but the origin of like her child's power and like the witch and stuff was another nebulous concept. I wasn't understanding what exactly made them powerful.
So all these nebulous concepts left a lot to be desired.
At the end, when she's like, "I'm gonna spare you, my mother," and then like her sister, quote unquote, who's like the witch, she's like, "Very good, and you've done well, but you should kill her." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna kill you instead." "What? You don't have that power over me?" "I do. I'm not. This is not how it went exactly, but that's the way I perceived it because it was rushed and nebulous. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, that was the very thing, is you don't.
That's fair.
There were so many,
but
as you
at
said,
least I get
things.
like I've seen enough movies and TV shows where I understand like the barbarian race, and like all they are is just like power, strategy, power.
But she was not a mindless barbarian.
I was hoping you would.
I would say
strategy.
A good
There's one more thing.
equivalent
a
would
work
be like
contract
Grand
with the
Moff
Crimson
Tarkin
Caravan,
in Star
and if I
Wars.
walk away,
Like it's
I'll
not just
lose
the
the riches
mindless
they owe me.
barbarian race that
Could
just
you
wants
do
to
just
take
one more
over.
thing for
I
me
don't know
She
and
is
who
a
that
tell
is.
very
Mrs. Lafferty about it?
okay
I know if I tell her, she'll just say
military
no.
genius.
Let me see. Grand Moff
Did you know the strips all
Tarkin.
stirred
Or
up
wait, not
lately?
Oh, Peter
Tarkin.
Cushing?
No, wrong one. I mean, he also shoot. He's the
Oh, they got a look-alike in Rogue One.
oh my gosh.
We're going down
What
a
is this
different.
guy's name?
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New
Moff
Vegas
Gideon?
branch. What may I do for you?
No,
Is Moff Gideon related to Grand Moff Tarkin?
no, it's not Grand Moff Tarkin. What the
Is Moff like a common name in the Star Wars universe? Like
It is. It's a title.
it's
It's not a name.
oh, it is.
Thrawn,
Yes,
Admiral
her
Thrawn.
infatuation with a boomer she's never
I don't know who
met.
that is.
It's a
Okay,
small
well,
deal.
anyways, he's kind of
No
like Grand
one
Moff
gets around.
Tarkin, but he is
She's aware
even
she's
more
breaking her contract,
conniving,
which is undoubtedly
and
why she sent you
wants
to
to.
talk to me instead
He is
of
a
coming
military tactical
herself. Janet
genius
is
who wants to
free
take over the
leave, but
galaxy,
she
essentially.
forfeits the wages
Star
she's
Wars,
owed. That's the price of
Thrawn.
contract breaking. Take it or leave it.
What the hell this is? It's like Boba Fett.
Boba.
I'm glad to hear.
He's
Okay.
Boba Fett. He's like a
Yeah.
Conan,
Okay.
big old
I
bubble Fett.
I understand.
But
I
it's
don't,
like
I don't
comparing
disagree with
Conan
you.
the Barbarian to some like Charlemagne.
Okay.
I would say that there was a lot more to the Medarda story that was left untold, and they just very vaguely slipped her into being an advisor to the council, to all of a sudden taking over, and there being absolutely no pushback from Piltover.
I wanted to see scenes from her home world, homeland, whatever it
Yeah.
is. Is there's not they don't have like planets, do they?
No,
It's not
Well,
interplanetary.
maybe. Probably, but not within the show.
Okay. I want to see her land. What is it called? Tony, what's her land called?
I was manually turning your guys' voices down. What?
He's muting us.
Yeah. Because I hear nothing but negative talk about this show of mine. Wait, what was the question?
I'm about to switch gears and talk about the things I really, really liked. I promise. What
Who are we
is
talking about?
Medarda's homeland called?
Noxus?
Noxus.
Noxus.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more. I wanted to see some Noxus stuff.
That may be the next series. That may be where
They're
the
gonna
story
have like a spin-off.
Yeah.
Cool.
That would be great to see. Yeah.
It sounded like
There
a fun
was
time.
a lot there that, especially when they first introduced, what's her name? Ambessa. They really talked about all the things she had done in Noxus.
Did you know the strips all...
That
Have you spoken
it's
with
like,
McLafferty?
I would love to learn more about that. Sounds really interesting. All of the
I see.
different
Well, stirred up
warring
lately?
competitions that she had and all of the different decisions she had to make. So, yeah, that would be really cool to see. Either a prequel or a sequel with different people from there. Although, didn't they say that it was completely destroyed? Pretty
Noxus?
much. The kingdom of Noxus, anyways. Or...
Oh, I don't remember that. I just remember them playing it
Empire.
up like it was this perfect civilization of warriors who had like no fear.
Yeah.
They were absolute.
Black Rose.
I don't remember, in all honesty.
Okay. The Black
Because
Rose
it's
were a
like
powerful
it's
group
a
in
plot
Noxus
point that we
Invasion.
really don't see much of, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Things I really liked about the show. First and foremost, the animation, the style of it. Second to none. Goddamn,
Of
that's
course.
a beautiful show. They could make like 10 really high quality music videos without recycling any footage
Yeah.
out of that show. Is this the smallest, like most inconsequential conversation is super engaging because it's so nice to look at in this show.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is also why I wanted it to be longer because it's so nice to look at.
I mean, yeah. I guess it was just too expensive to make. Who knows?
Maybe.
I can see why.
I really enjoyed. Personally, I liked Echo's side story in the multiverse. I didn't think they dwelled too much on that.
Yeah, they could have dove deeper into that to the
I
point
wished.
at nauseum. I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I wish they'd done something more to indicate what happened with Heimerdinger. But that's just one of those mysteries where I guess it's implied as a sacrifice that had to be made. So Echo
Someone
could
told
come
me
back and
something about his species of character or whatever. That when his species dies, they get transported somewhere like the fucking Grey Havens with like Middle Earth elf shit. I don't know, something like that. I don't know much about the lore for League of Legends.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that and him coming back to team back up with Jinx and
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I wish that there had been more of a show of unification between Piltover and Zahn.
It all
But
just was so last minute.
there was a degree of that
Hi.
where it was shown through the characters of Vi, uh, basically reestablishing her relationship with Jinx, and then they did have the story arc of Echo
Hi.
working through
I
his
can't
issues
believe I'm
with
going to meet my red-headed
Powder,
lady soon.
essentially in the alternate universe,
Mhm.
and then that playing through to show with Jinx when he goes back to his universe. So there's an element of that where it's hinted at that there is healing going on from basically the chaos and destruction of Zahn with the character of Powder and Jinx that the other characters Vi and Echo get to experience. But it was nice to see that, and they worked together. And shortly before the
I
crash,
would pay money to see an extended version of season 2. My God.
yeah,
I'm sure, but I really do feel like it was a combination of budget and maybe just like deadline that they wanted to meet. You know.
there's a good chance Deadline has a lot to do with it, and I think Netflix is kind of a terrorist when it comes to managing those.
But it's interesting you say that. I don't think Netflix funded the show. I'm pretty sure Riot did. You know.
Well, there's a difference between funding and timeline requirements.
Yeah.
I've speculations, but I really want to do some more of a search online and see how they divvied that up. I'm sure it was like a cooperative uh, relationship that they had going, because it brings viewers to Netflix, and ideally it'd bring people over to League of Legends, but
Yeah. I don't see how that's gonna work. I'm very curious to like know if the players for League has increased over the last 3 years because of Arcane.
So it looks like Riot Games had control over the creative vision, animation and production, and storytelling and character development. So they got to choose how the show was constructed, basically. But Netflix was totally in charge of the financial backing, and that would
Yeah.
wow,
also determine the timeline for when it would have to be released.
they were a
My,
producer. Yeah, I see.
that explains things.
Yep, that
Well,
tells it
I'm
into
glad
their
they
future.
didn't try and leave it more open-ended for a season 3 and then just have it straight up canceled. Then
Yeah, that's
Which
nice.
is
Yeah.
probably best case
they were able to do
scenario,
that.
I guess.
I am very thankful for what we got.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially because when it comes down to it, one of the things that is most memorable about it is, as Wes said from the start, the art direction and the animation. It
Yeah.
is really nice. You'd be really hard pressed to find anything that really rivals that, especially in the TV format.
Mm.
Powder, but Jinx's relationship with the little girl, I can't remember is it Itchy or something?
Isha. Yeah, it's Isha.
Itchy and Scratchy.
Itchy.
Isha.
That was great. I like that
Mm-hmm.
it took season 1, the second half of season 1, Jinx is like she's the Osama bin Laden to Piltover.
Yeah.
And all it took was just a little girl to like completely snap her out of it, and she was just fine. It was great. It's great. I wanted more of that. I wanted to see. This is why I wish it was like a. I was complaining that it was so serious, and I guess like they had to keep it serious to keep the story progressing so that they could hit the beats that they want before season 2 ended. But I would have loved to have seen like more of like a short burst, maybe less than like 45-minute long episodes, but
Mm-hmm.
more episodes so that they could have more lighthearted interactions in between.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple, but man, there's like I think I can count on one hand like how many inconsequential little conversations that there are throughout the whole season that are just like fun. Let's appreciate the moment. Let's appreciate the world of Arcane and Piltover and whatnot. But they got to keep it moving along,
And
people
they,
gotta die. People have got to get
yeah.
betrayed. All that shit.
And I mentioned this to you before, but I feel like the first season is kind of like I guess, the setup, and then season 2 is the payoff, kind of, where you don't need to spend as much time like establishing settings and characters anymore. Like this is like the time for action, I
They're still
suppose.
introducing characters.
They are. That's
Which
the
is
funny
fine.
part.
They needed to do that, but
Yeah.
and then like that other guy who was like drunk and passed out by Vi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was gonna have something, but he just kind of
He's just kind of there.
Well, he was a stand-in for Vander.
Kind of.
Yeah, it seemed like there
So-
was more going on than he was letting on. Like how he was pretending like he was drunk, but he was listening.
Oh,
Like he was
yeah.
going to turn out to be some sort of player of some kind.
Yeah, it did seem like that.
Weird past. Something. Like, see, he has to atone for
Yeah.
some past sin or something, and he was in
Yeah.
hiding for or something. I don't know.
Or maybe he was part of some like renegade, part of Piltover.
That'd have been
that
cool. Like a bunch of
secretly
like,
sided with Zahn.
Yeah, like a bunch of Zahn apologists and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like obviously, there's a dirtier, seedier side to Piltover as well
Approach slowly,
that
stranger.
they just never
If you have
showed
no
because
business with
there
me,
always
then
is
go.
in big cities. Even if you go to the nicest areas, you can go one block down.
Yeah,
And
honestly,
I've sworn to report.
the
forget
world
it.
that they
Dividing my
made
time
are
between the
so
camps to the north and south of
intricate
here.
and detailed
One
and
belongs
cool.
to the NCR.
They could
the
have.
other to a band of
They could
slavers
make a
known as
dozen
Caesar's Legion.
spin-offs.
I was sure
Yeah.
the
A dozen
NCR
good
would quickly
ones.
win.
So
But
I'm
that is not
interested to see
happening.
where they go next.
Instead, the two sides have reached a
I don't know.
stalemate.
They're
and
going
only
to.
occasionally
You said
send
that they might
skirmishers
do
against
like
one
that.
another. If I didn't
Yeah.
know better,
Noxus,
I'd say
so-
neither side is confident enough to push for a full
but,
victory.
I hope they do something.
Which seems strange given the NCR's technological edge.
Also,
In
the
any
soundtrack
event,
was
I've
garbage.
recorded my findings in this report.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Please
didn't
deliver it
like
to
any
the
of the
Elder.
damn music.
I'm sure
At
he will
least
find the
like
contents
they
most
have like really
interesting.
cool orchestral swells and stuff, but all of like the weird poppy, just it does not feel.
Oh,
like
man.
I
Damn,
do not
man.
like any of them.
Well, at least I liked it.
It counts for
That's
something.
too bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Did you like the first season soundtrack?
I thought the first
I-
season dramatically went better with the show.
The what? The first seasons? I think so too. I think that I like the first seasons better. It seemed more in line than
Yeah.
like, hey, Lincoln Park's back. Let's do a Lincoln Park. Let's try and like do some cooperative thing where we launch each other's careers again. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But oh, and I just don't like Imagine Dragons. So even though I like the first seasons more, I still didn't like Imagine Dragons. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
Well, it took them like 6 years, I think, or longer to make the first season, so they had more time to pick out songs that they liked. But
Yeah,
still
I mean,
really liked it.
it's one of those things where I honestly I like the second season more than I like season 1, but it just leaves me wishing that there was so much more.
That's the problem. It's like so damn good. It's just like I want more of this. Like, why can't you guys just kind of like
You can see it,
slow
it's
this
written
down?
all throughout the production of the show, the storytelling, that there is so much more to tell that was
Oh, yeah.
written in there somewhere. It just wasn't actually produced and released. It's like, man, I would love to see that.
Yeah, I seriously do hope that they basically have a Peter Jackson director's cut for season 2 someday.
It's Netflix.
Freaking Netflix. Well, it makes you wonder. I almost wish that like Riot would have just like made this all just like a direct to home Blu-ray DVD kind of thing and not even bother with the streaming service.
Yeah.
And then they could have taken their time with all of it.
Makes you wonder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All I can say is that I'm looking forward to whatever they come up with next, which I'm hoping they do.
I want to see if I can still be amazed after this. What I mean by
I
that
think
is
there's a
like
good
I don't know
chance.
if they can ever like match the excitement and hype ever again.
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry. What'd you say?
Hello.
Match the excitement and hype of what?
Another
How may I assist you?
League of Legends show, I suppose.
You know
Like-
what? Watching this show was making me just realize how much of a missed opportunity an Overwatch show would have been. Oh man, they would have made a killing.
I know. I don't know what they were
They had
thinking.
They had like the talent. They had like the characters and the backstory that people would have gotten invested in.
Look, this isn't a
They
great
had the money
Well,
to pull it off. They they squandered Overwatch. Now they're just wallowing in obscurity.
I would love to like watch like a YouTube video,
Waiting.
or, like an in-depth look of like the possibilities, and then like just the how it all went wrong, or never happened in the first place.
The rise and fall of Overwatch.
Was there ever talks about like a movie or show? I don't remember. Just felt like a
I remember there being a lot of
go-to thing.
speculation because the cinematics were so. There were a lot of people saying, like the Pixar quality,
Hello,
and
outsider.
that there was going to be a show. I think I heard some speculation. Okay, now I'm being recorded, so I don't want to just throw out lies.
Sure.
This is me either remembering or misremembering, but I think I remember hearing that like those opening cinematics that we saw back in literally like 2016
Yeah.
were going to be openings for a show, for a short. It was going to be more than just an ad campaign, and that's why they were dumping so much money into the cinematics. It was going to revolve around. Okay, now maybe I should just stop talking. I think it had something to do with those two kids, the kid with the broken arm,
Oh,
his arm in
okay.
cast,
Yeah,
and
wait, we talking about that first trailer for Overwatch, like
that
way
and like
back
the snippets that have like Mercy descending and extending a helping hand to that little girl who's like in the rubble, and like those sequences. You know what? I have a book over here. that might have a bunch of concept art that never went anywhere that shows. I have to go through it. Trying to look. But I don't know how many of those are just like unsubstantiated rumors and how much of them might be official.
Yeah.
And never like left the drawing board. Yeah, I have an art book that has concept art for a bunch of characters that I just don't recognize. Heroes and like NPC, like kids and stuff. So
It's interesting. Just like these companies make such an amazing like game. Well, I guess an all right game, but people are more just like interested in just the characters and story, and they don't capitalize on it. At least with Blizzard's circumstance. Good God.
I just remember when Overwatch came out, I was so I loved the gameplay so much and the character designs that I wanted to know more. I was like dying for some sort of like a campaign or more cutscenes or something.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with like how they would do the storytelling, like visually, and like the little banter sessions prior to the match starting. It was genius.
And I hate how I hate how the story has just been fragmented, little snippets of information over all these years.
Yeah, it tied me over for the time, but yeah, like I said, this has been coming up on like almost a decade, and
oh man, that's crazy.
my interest in Overwatch is just non-existent anymore. Now when I get like the desire to play Overwatch, it's just because I miss some of the characters' mechanics.
Yeah.
Like Junkrat, if there was just a Junkrat game and he was the only player, I'd totally play that. The only character. Because it's so fun.
I see some online friends of mine playing Overwatch, and then sometimes I think about joining them, but then I'm just like, no, I don't think I will. Because it's just like you're trying to like recapture that fun that you had, but I feel like they've changed the mechanics, or at least certain character abilities and traits, that it's just like not worth it anymore.
It's just so different.
I still can't believe that they got rid of Orissa's shield, because that was just like a centerpiece to every match.
What is it instead? I know you've said that, but I can't picture.
It's a
what it is
spear.
instead now.
It's a spear that twirls around that like blocks stuff for maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh, so it's still like a defensive thing though?
It is. You can't do any more like pirate ship sailing anymore for like a payload match.
Well, you want to play some Marvel Rivals?
Is that kind of like a Overwatch thing, but Marvel characters?
Yeah, it's all the memes today are talking about how it's like Andy from Toy Story. I don't want to play with you anymore. Overwatch.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna get into it. It just seems like a hard sell for me to get back into a PvP game, I think. I was playing them for like convenience for a long time because it's just I want to play something to just like get the dopamine hit.
Oh yeah,
Then I could just log off. And it's just like
Overwatch was perfect for that.
boot up Overwatch, yeah.
Don't take another step if you value your life. For what purpose?
I can't really get like an instant dopamine hit by turning on like
Strange
Disco
that the Elder should send
Elysium.
an outsider.
Which game?
Suppose he has his reasons.
Disco
My
Elysium,
observations have
Very,
mostly focused on the small town to the south of here.
dialogue
It's cruelly
heavy.
attacked. Its inhabitants
Very
slain nearly to the
story-driven.
last. That such an
I
act
keep
could
meaning
occur
to get
so
into
far
that one.
west
I
is
just
nearly unthinkable.
I've never started
The
it.
NCR has forces in all directions and an outpost scant miles west from here. That they have not responded to this violence
Can't
shows either an
really
unwillingness or inability to
compare
properly
it to
defend their
anything
borders,
else.
which is telling.
There's
I've
definitely
collected
other
such
games
musings
that
in
I've
this
played that have
report.
been very
Please take it to the
text
Elder.
heavy, very dialogue tree driven, but it's a very unique game. I like it. So, fill us in. What's going on this game that you're playing, Tony? Do you want me to not call you Tony on this? What's your...
I don't really care. It's all good.
You want me to call you Jinx? So, Jinx.
No, nope.
Okay.
But
Jinx, how's this game?
stop. But now you can see my
gamble?
reactions and emotions.
Yeah, no, it's great. Very emotive.
Yep. But yeah, I'm actually just doing some quests for the Brotherhood right now,
Nice.
which makes me wonder if they'll be prevalent in season 2 for Fallout. That was a fun show.
Oh, yeah, so I wanted to talk to you about the Game Awards named
Yeah, I thought that was
Fallout
funny.
as the best video game adaptation. And a lot of people were mad that Arcane did not win.
Yeah.
The meme I saw was that while Fallout, the show, might drive people toward the games for a fun experience, the Arcane show might drive people towards League of Legends for not such a fun experience.
I know.
Turn it on.
God. I don't know how they rationalize their choice for picking a best game adaptation this time around. I suppose they just didn't want to award Arcane again because it already won last time. But I don't
That's
know
fair.
then, like if
Isn't
you're
that
like,
what people voted for, though?
it is. I wonder how much of a sway the public vote has for that. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, I really liked both shows, but I would say, minus me not playing League of Legends, I would say Fallout was probably deserving of that win.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of League of Legends, it's
It's not fun. Have you ever
doesn't
played
look
it?
like
I've
it's-
played like a few games years ago, and I did not enjoy it.
I've seen footage. That's the most I've ever done, but it's hard to like. I don't know. Maybe I'm not even gonna try and put it into words, but I can get more of a sense of like the gameplay of Fallout without having playing Fallout by watching the show.
Oh, absolutely.
You watch Arcane, you're like, what the fuck? How does this game play? So yeah, I have played Fallout, by the way. easier. It's more evident that like there's a character that you occupy, and like they go on. There's quests.
Yeah. It's simpler to wrap your brain around just the setting and characters, I feel like, for Fallout.
It'd be a fun experiment to take someone who has like zero insight into what the games are and watch Fallout and watch Arcane, and then like have them like somehow write down what they think the game that the movie or show is based on,
Right.
how it would play. It's like
You
you play a
know,
game like The
What
Last
do you
of Us, or
want?
you watch the movie,
Don't
the
try
show,
anything
excuse me, The
funny.
Last of Us. You're like, okay, you're a character, and you have to like traverse
what-
the post-apocalyptic zombie hell that was America, trying to get from point A to point B, and you encounter all these things along the way. It's like that's what the show, the game is. You watch Arcane, like, is it like an RTS?
So,
Oh,
yeah,
I had more things I wanted to say about that, but anyway, sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, what's funny is I have like I came across like a 60 or 70-year-old dude in VR chat, and
Really?
I introduced him to Arcane, and he like fucking loved it, but like he very quickly became like overwhelmed with like the information and just everything that happens, especially in season 2. And I don't know if he's watched the Fallout show, but I am very confident that he probably would have a far easier time watching it.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the way. That's another show I want more of. Mandalorian.
Yeah, I started watching it again. I was telling you guys I was getting back into Star Wars stuff.
I don't want any more of that.
No more Mandalorian.
No. It's worn out. It's welcome.
More Mando and Grogu.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'm done. I honestly appreciate the trend that they took with it, where they started going and centralizing Bo-Katan as the main character.
Yeah.
But I do not want them to bring back Mando and Grogu as the main characters. I feel like they've played out the life of what they need to show for them.
Bo-Katan.
And they kind of pigeonholed Mando into being kind of a religious zealot who doesn't have a lot more that they can show, in my opinion.
Well, whether if you like it or not, brace yourself, because a whole full-length movie's coming out in a year or two.
I know. I know.
I completely forgot that there was a season 3 of Mandalorian. It's already out.
It's because they took like a little break between season 2 and 3. That I don't know. And season 3 is probably the least good out of the 3 seasons.
Yes, yes.
Wes, did you forget who Bo-Katan was or something? Is that what you said earlier?
I never watched season 3. I
Okay.
said I'm out.
Have you had any
after
luck finding the
certain
scouts?
events in season
Or
2.
did you have something to discuss?
Started turning into like a fan
Good.
fiction.
Let's take a look. If I'm reading this right, it appears that the NCR's grip on this region is nowhere
But
near as firm
I'll
as I
rewatch
thought.
season 1.
I'll have to review these in detail,
over
but these
and over,
reports have
'cause
given me
I
much to
love
think about.
season 1. It's
Thank
probably
you,
my
outsider.
favorite Star Wars anything.
You've become someone I can count on, so I believe I can share something rather
even
confidential
out of the
with you.
movies.
The device that creates
I've
the
been told that
sandstorms
the
above,
skeleton
that
crew
masks
is
our comings and goings, was
nothing
only
new show.
intended to be used in case of
I heard that
emergencies.
too.
It was never meant to be used with any regularity, and the other systems here were not designed to accommodate such usage. In particular, the air filtration system simply cannot handle the quantity of sand and grit that it's been forced to cope with these
Wait,
last
you
few
heard that it
years.
was what?
As a result,
Good.
the
I heard it
system
was
is
good.
failing,
Oh, yeah,
albeit
that's what I thought you
slowly.
said.
Good show.
I'm told we
That's what
have
I
a scant
heard.
few months before it shuts down completely. Should that happen,
Skeleton
it will
crew.
quickly become impossible to breathe here in the bunker.
Yeah.
Already the air
Check
quality
that out.
begins to slightly
Skeleton
worsen.
crew.
I would like you to find the components we need to fix
They
this bunker's air
show-
filtration system. I cannot overstate the importance of this task.
Oh,
See
Star Wars
Senior
show?
Knight Lorenzo for the details. He's the one who brought the matter to my attention, and the only other person who is aware of it.
Is that already
The
on
newest
Disney
Star Wars
Plus?
show. Yeah, it is.
What the heck? How have I not heard anything about this?
I
Are they
mean,
not marketing it as much?
I suppose, and everyone just has like Star Wars show fatigue. Like the novelty is worn off.
Yeah.
So
Nice. I'll check that out. I've got to go for now, guys. So, have fun.
Right,
Good
man.
luck streaming, and
yep. Thank you.
talk to you guys later.
All right. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
The reports say Mr. House's robots are now using tech we've never heard of. Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about.
Oh.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, Senior Knight and General Handyman around here.
I was
Yep.
gonna say Arcane.
So now I'm going to have your death on my
Wait,
conscience
what
too?
was I gonna say?
Great.
I'm gonna turn up your volume a little bit.
Oh, okay.
If I can.
Crap, I forgot.
Mm.
Yeah, but I would have killed for more of the Jinx Itchy.
Isha.
Story?
Isha. Yeah.
Isha.
Outsider.
You think
And
you're
then
the first person the elders
Vi
trusted with
comes
this?
around.
He sent 3 of our patrols out
Weird
looking
to
for
say
those
that
components, and they're all
because-
dead. I was the one who supplied the elder with the location of possible sites where we could
It
find the
didn't look like
components,
Jinx
so
would ever come
their deaths
around. It
are
looked
my
like she was
fault.
way too far
and
gone.
now it's your turn.
But it took
Well,
them
don't
to
say
like
you weren't
Vi
warned.
had to come
I will take the
around.
blame when you die horribly. But I can tell you're getting impatient.
But she got
The items I'll
into
need to keep the system running are a differential pressure controller, a reverse
yeah.
pulse
She was like
cleaner,
doing Fight
and several
Club
HEPA
stuff.
cartridge filters. At present, my best guess for finding the items would be to search any of the old vaults in the area.
Also,
Those
I don't
vaults were usually
understand
built much like
exactly
these military
why
bunkers, either
Kate,
using the
is that
same
her name? Kate,
contractors in
yeah.
their constructions
Why
as
she
ours.
flipped
I'll mark the
so
vault's locations on your
quickly
map. Best of luck.
For what's her name, right?
For Vi. She was that just her plan all along, was to just like get in deep with Medarda and then betray her at the end? It seemed like there wasn't any time for her to flip. The thought crossed my mind like when Vi was locked up.
Right.
Like, okay, now I'm gonna go and lead the attack, the ambush on Victor's whatever commune. And then it's like the thought crossed my mind. Oh, I wonder if they're in cahoots, and like she's actually like, no, that wouldn't have made sense. But no, then it did. But maybe I missed something.
Maybe everybody
She
missed
seemed
something.
so hell-bent on and like going against what Vi had wanted. I wasn't sure why she went back, I guess.
Like, why she sided with Vi in the end, or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so quickly. Especially probably after seeing her with Jinx. I would have thought like, okay, Vi is just completely out here, huh?
Right.
But no.
That's probably an answer that the people in charge would have to answer for. they just needed more time, I suppose, for some of these plot holes.
Quite well. Thank you for asking, Veronica.
But I will say this, while watching season 2, I don't like have these feelings. I don't have these negative thoughts. I like enjoy like every moment of it as I'm watching it. Like my brain like forgets about being like a, a movie critic or whatever. And I just enjoy the ride. It's only like after I'm watching it, I like have certain questions,
Well, yeah, no, I wasn't saying that as a negative thing. I was about Kate switching over. I was just trying to. I can't help but watch and try and like guess what's going on, like what's characters' motivation and like what they're gonna do next.
Yeah.
And like I was just pointing out, like the thought crossed my mind that they were going to be in cahoots and turn the tables on Medarda, but
I guess at the end of the day, Caitlyn just always loved Vi, right? Even though she sided with Medarda and slept with Madi.
Paul Muad'Dib?
Maddie. That
Oh yeah.
redheaded
Oh,
girl.
that was another question. So why was she like? Is she a Voxian? What are they called? Noxian?
Maybe.
From
I mean,
there?
I don't know. They don't really. I think it's just really like open to interpretation or speculation or whatever.
Man.
Yeah.
I didn't want her to die.
I like how she did die, though. It felt pretty satisfying. She makes the betrayal happen, and then very shortly after, she just headshots herself.
Yeah, and then the doors open, and I can't remember her name. Medarda's daughter. I guess she's a Medarda also, because I think Medarda isn't that the last name. But why didn't she help the other people from being shot sooner? If she could see through the doors, because she made Maddie shoot herself in the head before the doors opened. She clearly didn't see that coming.
I don't know the parameters or limitations of her abilities. I guess I don't know.
That's another thing I was gonna say. Okay, so none of the show felt like it was leading up to like a big epic battle. None of it until like, oh, I guess there's a big epic battle coming up. Right. It wasn't alluding to that at all until the last episode was, okay, here's the last episode. We need a big battle sequence.
Right.
Like it makes sense for a big battle sequence to be the climax of any show, or not. I should not have said that, but it makes sense for a big climactic battle sequence. That's fine. But this show didn't feel like it was leading up to that. It's been all about like diplomacy and then like there's a battle sequence, okay. And then if you were to tell me that there was going to be a big battle sequence at the end, I would have been, okay, I know who it's between, I guess. But it wasn't between who you'd expect it to be between. It's
right.
Just caught me off guard is all. I'm not saying that to be overly analytical or negative. I just were you online the other night when I was talking about like I started watching some anime, and one thing that I give a bunch of these shows credit for is they're like really inventive in how they solve problems that maybe like aren't unique to that show, but like the way they solve them, the way they traverse and come to their solutions have been very inventive, and it's very fun to watch. This, a big battle sequence didn't feel super inventive to me at the end. I wanted there to be, especially when there's like this all-powerful being like Victor, who can, he's almost like a messiah character. He can like see outcomes before they happen. So
Right.
it seems slightly out of character that he's teamed up with Medarda to create like this army of like porcelain mannequin people.
Mhm. Right.
It didn't make sense, I guess.
Yeah, things just kind of happen, and then characters just seem to go with it.
More time.
More time.
I
I
think
mean, that's
more
what it
time.
unfortunately comes down to.
Everything, single critique that I've had, with the exception of the music, could come down to like if they had more time to flesh this out, more time to explain this, more time to simmer on plot points and character development, all of it would have been fixed. And it's not even, I don't mean to say a lot of these things like they're problems.
Season 2 was the last season. I just always thought it was going to be 3 seasons. You know,
Still very happy with the show. Sorry, what? You cut
I always
out
thought
up
it was.
until they announced.
Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be 3 seasons. I thought that was their goal, but then they announced, nope, this is the last season. I'm like, what? How can that be?
I think if they wanted it to culminate into a big battle, that's fine. That could have been the end of season 3. But where could they have broken this season up into 2 seasons? Where would like the climax of season 2 have been?
Oh man,
I think they could have had Echo more stuck in that alternate reality for longer. So I think his cliffhanger for the end of season 2 could have been him like waking up and being like where the fuck am I? Like he doesn't realize anything's. Oh no, he sees Powder and he's kind of afraid of her because he thinks could have been his teaser for season 3.
That would be cool.
I'm trying to think of some other characters, like where would have been a sweet place to break up their seasons 2 and 3. They could have done Jinx like taking on more of like a big sister role to Isha.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like very hesitant. She doesn't want to get involved. That could be all of season 2. And then like at the end of season 2, she's like, maybe she finds her in more trouble and swoops in to save her again or something and realizes this is, we're going to be a team now. And then that could have led to more fun character development between them in season 3 before things get too heavy.
I mean, yeah. I think I would have loved to have seen like more like Vi the Enforcer and just like doing like police stuff with Caitlin.
Yeah.
And that would have been fun. It would have been fun to like see just like some drawn out detective work or enforcer work or whatever on her part, because we really just get like montages, you know, and that kind of sucks.
Definitely. I forgot about that. That could have been its own whole
so
season.
Abbreviated over. Yeah, for sure.
And that would have given them more opportunity to flesh out that guy. I don't know his name or anything, but the big guy you said was like kind of a stand-in for Vander.
I think that's what Joel said. Yeah, that's not what I ever thought, but yeah.
I don't think that either.
Yeah.
Stand-in, I guess, like physically, because he's like a big, muscular male character.
Yeah.
More of like the ramifications of like that power vacuum with the girl, Jinx's, sorry, Silco's bodyguard.
Oh, Savika, yeah.
Savika, yeah. That was cool. I want to see her like take down each of those like those captains of their little realms.
You'll want to steer clear of this place.
Like the redheaded
Whole
lady
town's
with
irradiated
that
to
like
high hell.
green ooze mask.
I was stationed.
Oh, yeah.
And then like
before
the
incident. I've since taken it
little
upon
like
myself
weevil
to keep
guy
travelers
whose
away
body
from
is
the area.
all robotic and he can extend himself up.
That guy was
Who,
so cool.
Yeah, what a cool design.
Some legionaries snuck into the camp and
his
set off some kind of
enforcers,
radiation
not
bomb.
enforcers.
I don't know where they got it, but
I
it
guess
was
like
damn
his
effective.
muscle
Killed almost
guys
everyone
were
and
all
turned the rest
like
into
these little
ghouls.
bowler hats. They all look like blackjack dealers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
cool
out on patrol
designs.
at the time, so I wasn't in the camp when it happened. There were a few others with me.
No,
after it happened,
okay, holy shit.
including some of
Season
my
2
superiors. Between
literally
radiation
feels
poisoning
like
and attacks
an
by the
abridged
Legion,
version
they all
of
died
like
out.
2 or 3 seasons.
I agree.
Yeah. It's
I
like
I
someone
agree.
literally
The more I
pulled like
think
a
about
Dragon
it,
Ball Z abridged and just applied it to Arcane.
you know, it would have been cool to see. So if Echo's in that
I
like
don't know,
alternate
unfortunately.
world where
Maybe there's
Vi
someone inside
died
the camp,
and
but I'm not about to run in there
subsequently
to find out.
everything is better because they never stole the arcane stones or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And so maybe he's like he's like at peace with like this new world that he's in. He's not even like trying to get back because it's just like this dream world that he loves. He's like this paradise with the exception of one thing: Vi is dead.
Yeah.
So he's always got like that itch in the back of his mind. But then like it'd be cool if he slowly starts realizing that like it's not better and there's like little seeds of doubt that are planted and like they start tearing away this facade and then like her dying leads to even more shit. Like if they never stole the arcane, maybe Jace would have like continued his research unsupervised and it would have like been devastating in the long run. So they needed Vi to succeed. And I don't know. Maybe there could be some sort of lab accident that wipes out like half of the population there or something. That if 4 kids didn't steal earlier and then bring the attention of the council upon his work, would have never happened. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, talking about it as I'm thinking. There's all kinds of possibilities. And then that's when he really has to get serious about like trying to find his way back. It'd be cool if Heimerdinger suddenly like then he reveals that he is from the alternate world also, like from his present timeline. And he was just kind of like hiding it from him to see like when he'd snap back into.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
That would be brilliant.
I'm from your timeline this whole time, young man. Oh.
Damn.
The stuff with Warwick? Is that the big werewolf Vander? I don't think that the mad scientist needed a backstory, and they didn't go too much into it.
They didn't go too much
could've-
into it, that's for sure.
They could have left more. Yeah, they could have dove into that and made it a little more worth fleshing out if they broke that up into another season. Oh, so is it his daughter or his wife that he's trying to save? That he was
His
trying
daughter.
to bring back.
Yeah.
Okay, so his daughter.
Yeah.
But so at the very, very, very end of season 2, she makes it.
Yes. Yep.
But how? What happened?
Jesus Christ. I mean,
It didn't. I just
Your guess
thought
is
his
as good as
pursuit
mine.
was completely fruitless, and that was the whole point of it. But then it shows her alive.
I don't know what his eureka moment was to be able to achieve that.
It didn't show it. It didn't show
Not
the
show it.
eureka moment. Because the whole thing was like Vander was going to be his like the key,
Yeah.
but then Isha sacrificed herself. So you'd think that was it, the game over. But no, then she's alive at the very. I completely went over my head. Maybe I missed something.
I think everybody did, even the people that made the
I'd
show.
like to know more. Desire to know more. Anyway, Arcane. I'm sure I'll think of more stuff that I wanted to talk to you about, but yeah, no. My overall verdict is like I want to see more. Which
God,
is a good
it's just
review.
it sucks that it takes so long to produce one season of that show. And
I watched all of season 1 over
yeah,
leading up to me starting season 2, so I didn't go into it asking a bunch of questions.
okay.
And, because I did that, I also grew more of an appreciation for season 1, especially the second half. I think you knew my stance on the second half before.
Is your stance more favorable now?
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
I never disliked it to the point where I just, there's some shows that I just dislike.
Right.
But the first half I still think is superior in almost every way. When they're kids. But
yeah,
like I said, I became much more involved. I engaged in Victor's story this time around, which made me less enthusiastic about like his ascension from his corporeal form in the second season.
And again, like I
It'd
think
have
they
been
had
cool if like he still had a body, but like he wasn't telling anyone where it was, and it was like this creepy ass like Frankenstein thing all hooked up to machines so his mind could like wander freely using like remote viewing or something.
he did have a body that Jace just completely destroyed towards the end of the show.
He became like a prophet. But
yeah.
Wait, oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was like the... Wait, when did he destroy his actual
body? At the end, the 6th episode of season 2. That's kind of like when the shit hit the fan.
But then he still exists. Like, he's still, like, floating around in the nether.
In the cosmos or whatever, yeah.
The ether.
Yeah.
I kind of wish he had just been like, I have a realization that this is all super trivial, and I have the power to, like, end everything right now. But it's so trivial, I'm just going to kind of take myself out of the equation. You guys go for it yourselves. And then, like, all of those porcelain robot guys just cease to exist. It's like he just lets everyone go of, like, those shackles that he has on them. And then everything, like, goes to shit.
Hey, you got a second? The Brotherhood is failing.
So Jace is dead, then.
I've always known that. If we don't change course...
That's how I feel about that.
Away.
Yeah.
But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong or how to fix it.
Like,
I think I need to go home.
There's a possibility that he's not dead. However, like, if this show wants to take itself seriously, some of these characters have to die. There has to be some kind of... I don't know what the right word is, but... It's like a common thing with like movies, right? Where it's just like a lot of times like movies suck and we just don't care for the characters or plot because like we don't ever really feel like there's any danger for characters anymore for certain things. And
no, I agree.
Yeah.
I
just wasn't clear on his character.
Thank you.
The state of him
to name their
at the end.
children after you. Seriously.
But again, like that first season, I think they had 6 years or even longer to work on.
Really?
Yeah.
So they had less time this season.
For season 2, yeah, absolutely.
Wow, interesting. I didn't know that.
Mm.
That's even more impressive, I think.
Oh, absolutely. That they were still able to keep the same caliber of animation quality. My goodness.
There were a couple of sequences in the show where they had a colored pencil almost filter on top of it,
Yeah.
like flashbacks or something. That I thought were really cool. Handled really nice.
There's a montage sequence like in the first episode of season 2. It's like during like Caitlyn's mom's funeral, whatever. Like she's like all like in color, but then like the background's like all like black and white, like charcoal drawings or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
that's
heard
the
that
very
was like
first thing that
real.
happens,
I
right?
heard that was like real drawings.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
That's pretty
looking
cool.
for signs of the one where Isha and Jinx are hanging out right before she dies.
Yeah.
Like her playing back her memory. And it looks like colored pencil. And I was looking for signs that it was not actual colored pencil. And so I was like looking for like the grain of the paper to be the same, whatever. I couldn't see anything. But it would if it were actually colored pencil, then it would have to have been traced and
Yeah.
yeah.
I did appreciate that they went even more I suppose artistic at times with this season, and that was cool to see. They like, you know, what I mean by that is like they feel like they tried even more like different like artistic style.
It was very stylized.
Halt! What business have you in Cottonwood Cove, outsider? You wear the mark of Caesar. You must be who Cursor Lucullus is waiting for. You may continue, but be warned. Mark or no, we will not tolerate aggressive action by visitors in the camp.
Damn, I got like a whopping one person watching. Oh boy.
I had another question for
Yeah.
you about. Let's see what your opinion is. So the hooded figure that kind of guides Jace in the end, it turns out to be just another instance of Victor.
True to Caesar.
Yeah.
But
Our way. True to Caesar.
do you think that that's the same hooded figure that like saved Jace and his mom all those years, like when he was a child? Because I thought it was meant to look like it's the same guy.
I don't believe so. I personally don't think it was originally meant to be Victor. You know what I mean?
That'd be interesting, though. It'd be an interesting idea.
Yeah. It's kind of cool how they kind of like it almost feels like a slight retcon how they then kind of like include Victor in that moment. Like he was the one that gave Jace that stone or whatever. It's cool though.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Awe, true to Kaisar. Awe, are you ready to head upriver? The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat. By order of Kaisar, all visitors
I
must disarm
also
and
wanted
relinquish all
to
banned items.
ask about
This order also
Echo's
extends to the platinum chip you
power
carry.
in the first
For now.
season. So when he gets in that fight with Jinx on the bridge, and he pulls out like a little
Your
pocket
belongings will
watch,
be returned to you
and he
when you
starts
leave.
swinging it back and forth, and it goes into that cool sequence where they're fighting.
Yeah.
It's really stylized. It's nice. Does he have like a time? Oh, and then like in that sequence, he gets smacked in the face. She smacks him in the face at the very end, and then it reverts. And then the next time, everything plays out exactly how he saw it, except for he ducks and he doesn't get smacked in the face. So is that like a power that he has in the game? Can he rewind time?
Yes. I'm
But
fairly
then in
certain.
this one, he has like this big device that helps him rewind time.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
I don't understand either. He already has like a little bit of a time rewinding thing already in the first season. So what was like the importance of like making something like that again,
I
right?
just don't understand what the device does.
Yeah, I don't either. We would have to be speaking to a more kind of knowledged person in League, I suppose, to get that for us.
Unless the first season, he doesn't have like a time reversal thing. It was just him like he's able to like project a little into the future or something. But he
That's
only gets
possible.
one chance.
Yeah.
Maybe he does only get one chance. I didn't before. I didn't really take it literally as like he had like the little pocket watch could rewind time. I just thought it was like a way for him to peek into the future, like in a possible. But in this in season 2, it's like an actual time machine, like a shortwave time machine thing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the difference.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you just nailed it. Like, I think he really gets the actual real kind of like time machine with the help of Heimerdinger, you know?
Interesting.
Our way, true to Kaisar. You must enter Kaisar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside. You must enter Kaisar.
Hello, Eastern Unorthodox Femboy. Yeah, I'm about to approach the Caesar's Legion leader, I guess. I forgot his name. I can't go into the tent because I need to like tell my companion to go away, and now I'm trying to find my companion again. This is New Vegas has always been known for being slightly buggy. That's why it's not my favorite Fallout game, but it's like my favorite settings and characters and factions. That's for sure. Wes, did you ever finish a Fallout game? I think you just played a little bit of various ones, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't. My brothers were more into Fallout than I was.
Yeah.
But I have heard, isn't it like the general consensus that like New Vegas is like a bright spot in the series? Like, is that like one of the highest points?
You know, I feel like that's like a bit of a overhype or whatever. Like, I don't agree. I don't see why it is, why people claim it is like so much more. But it has the most fun setting and factions, I feel like, more than any of the other games. Its story is pretty weak compared to some of them. But it's one of the most interesting settings, that's for sure.
Okay.
Should have brought something.
Yes, riveting gameplay, I know.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about them.
So I finally get to meet the courier who's accomplished so much in so little time. That's why I summoned you here, right? I mean, a man nearly kills you, and your response is to track him across the breadth of the Mojave? You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat? You assassinate the head of the chairman in his own casino and get away with it? Then something happens to Mr. House's robot, some kind of military upgrade? When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started? Oh, I'll give you the platinum chip.
So, Tony,
exactly
yep.
like I tell you to.
Right now, I'm watching your
Time is
stream
fast
now.
approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that
I'll just make
happens,
this
I
quick
want
because it's
Mr.
probably
House
not something you
knocked
want
out
to be
of the game.
talking about while you're
Quick
streaming. But
1-2
so, are you?
punch.
You don't have your motion
With you
controllers
doing
right
the punching.
now?
I do. They're on right now. They are just chilling on my desk.
But why aren't your character's arms like off to the side? Like, why aren't they messed
Because,
up? If
wait, are they kind of like they're not like straight down?
Yeah, they are.
They are straight down.
Yeah.
They probably aren't like upwards or whatever because I haven't moved them in a while. The controllers, the VR controllers.
Okay.
That's down the hill at the west edge of camp. It's an old building. It was here when the inside the building.
I'm still
is a
kind of.
hatch.
I know I asked you a bunch of questions the other night, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around how you're
I
even
want you
doing
to
all
destroy
this.
whatever you find in there.
That's awesome.
And then
I'm glad you got it
come back here and
working.
Tell me about it.
Well,
So go
dude,
to the
you.
building and take
I
this
wish that you were here right now and you just put on the headset.
Legionaries will
Like
meet you
I have like
with your
just
weapons and equipment.
so many like windows, virtual windows around me. It looks like I'm fucking like Tom Cruise in Minority Report. Yeah. So
yeah.
So it's like where I'm looking right now, that's like Fallout, the app or the window for Fallout, and then when I'm looking directly into the camera, that's kind of like the VR streaming camera, and then like to my right, I'm looking at OBS, and then like to my left, I'm looking at the feed on YouTube, and I don't have a window for Discord at the moment, but yeah.
You figured that out quick. Did you have someone helping you, or
No,
it just seemed like...
no one. I am not aware of anyone doing it like this, to my knowledge.
It works really well. Like your little character's fully able to emote. I guess you can't like raise your hand up though and like wave if you're not holding your. Or can you? I guess you could just reach over and grab your controller.
That is pretty cool. And I did a test where I was just like, what would happen if I took my headset off?
Shit, yeah, you can. Look at that.
And, you know, go to the bathroom or whatever. Like, would this all be screwed up if I did that? I think I would disappear. What would happen? Okay, how this works is you take the headset off, and it kind of like goes into like sleep mode or whatever. And then when you put it back on your head, it like reestablishes like connection.
Wow. Yeah.
And I saw what it would look like in OBS, and the game stays there, but then my layer, my feed from VR chat would kind of like disappear until I come back and put the headset on my head.
Right. Okay. You just need to make a like a be right back screen.
Exactly.
BRB.
Mm-hmm.
That you could just cut away to. Are you using OBS?
I am right now. Yeah.
Yeah. OBS has just like a nice, easy way to like add be right back screens and stuff.
Heck yeah.
Ooh.
Man, I wonder, like, are you gonna like do something like this for like any of your future potential animations at all? Any kind of like motion
while
capture?
I animate?
Well,
I
like
don't know about motion capture, no.
Okay.
Oh, you mean Gears of Work?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna do like some of this stuff?
I mean, so I have the Vive trackers, and what I have been doing is, so capturing animation. I'll act it out in my room, boop boop boop, and then I take that animation data, and it's kind of jittery. I don't know if it's just
that's
the
VR
Vive
in general,
trackers or what,
like,
or if it's
if you
just
have
VR.
like tons of trackers on your body, there's still gonna be a little bit of jittering going on that you'll have to like tweak.
It's a couple $100 worth of equipment to do motion capture in VR versus like thousands of dollars with like an actual mocap suit. And like the software I think is like a subscription, so screw that. But what I do with that animation data is bring it into Blender, and then I step it. So I like I do like every 4th frame, or sometimes every 8th or whatever. And it's basically tweening between. It's interpolating between like every 4th, 6th, or 8th frame that it captures. So it captures all of it, the motion data, but I remove like 75% of it or more, and it looks smoother. And then there's going to be frames that don't look as great. I just grab the frame around it instead. And so far that's been working. There's things that I can't do, but it's an okay pipeline for now.
That's good.
And then I take that animation data and it's applied to like a skeleton, and I just apply it to whatever model I'm trying to get to animate. The face animation is completely different, though. I need to figure out a new thing for that, because I was using this app on my phone, and then they discontinued
yeah.
the app. So it just straight up doesn't exist anymore.
Like, so that app that you're talking about, it sounds similar to just like, that's like how like a lot of like VTubers do their thing with some kind of phone app.
I need to look it up, like how they do it now, because that's what I did. I looked up a thing on how, some VTubers did it, and they all recommended this one, and now it doesn't exist. I don't know what to do exactly. It's been a while since I've gotten back on that project, but I would like to stream and on my channel and work on it as well.
Heck yeah. I don't know if a headset with eye and face tracking would sound appealing to you at all to help you out with your stuff.
If I was going with that, if I were going down that route, but maybe I just need to do more research and see if it's viable.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Your cooperation is requested.
I figured out a cool way to, when I'm drawing, use my laptop and then pair it with my iPad, so I could use that instead of my Wacom tablet, which is super nice.
Wait, does your laptop have like a? Can you explain to me further, like how that like?
So I have so every time I'll animate and do my sketches and stuff on my iPad, which is nice because all I have to do is open my iPad and it's right there. It's got a little pencil that goes with it and everything. But if I want to create like my finished renders and my vector files and my animations, I have to dust off my Wacom tablet, find all the cables for it, and make sure all the drivers are updated, and restart my computer a bunch of times to get it to actually work, and like recalibrate the screen and get the hotkeys set to my settings that I like. It's a huge pain in the ass. But now all I have to do, because I can't access like Adobe Illustrator and stuff on my iPad, the programs that I need to make the final assets. But now all I have to do is connect my iPad to my MacBook, which has Illustrator on it also. And I do it wirelessly, and it's right there. That's everything I need.
Heck yeah.
All I have to do is open it. I have to pair two things, but it's
Was
better
that meant
than
to be a shocking revelation?
doing all
Of
that
course
crap to get my
Caesar wants it
Wacom working.
destroyed. He's afraid of what the bunker might hold, and rightly so. But you're not going to do that. You're going to do the smart thing and work for me. As you know, the Platinum chip upgrades my Securitron's operating software. Well, there's
Actually, I'm
an
gonna try
army
and
of them here.
attach it to my
The
PC.
Securitrons policing
That's the
the
that's the
strip
only bad
are a
thing. It's like
fraction
that
of
it
the
still
total
has to be
number
connected
manufactured.
to
The rest I stored
my
here.
MacBook, and I can't do it on my
I
PC.
need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
Hey, you got a second?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always... But until recently, I think I need to go home. Great.
Ooh, how close were you to ever like completing that one Let's Play video with me and Tim were there. We were having that discussion about getting a tattoo for stuff.
Oh yeah. You know, I have like 6 or 7 minutes of it done.
Yeah.
But then I got Alex is in there. I got kind of like stuck. Because I have like the animated intros for you guys.
Yep.
I was doing Alex's and I got kind of sidetracked.
Hey, baby doll.
Here's what I was thinking about doing. So I want to do more recordings. I was thinking about going on to Fiverr and just finding someone that edits those and just do some tests and just see like, okay, here's like whatever, like $40 or something. Here's 2 hours of footage. Can you like condense this down and just see what they do? Even if they don't get it to like a nice, clean, polished state, at least they'd take like all the heavy lifting of it and do like the just whittling it down to interesting stuff. Because I want to get back into that. So that's my New Year's resolution.
Nice. Is the problem is that there's just so much dialogue that's being said for like a long period of time.
It's so time consuming. It's so time consuming.
Oh yeah. I get it.
Oh, hi again.
I don't know if Tim did it in that circumstance, but like he has an ability to go on some tangents, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. My that's not my issue. I guess like it's time consuming to like edit those out if I'm not interested in them and if it's not like in service of the video.
Okay.
But
If you're tired of it,
Yeah, no, I'm on it. I'm editing that. I'm editing the game show that we recorded. Remember we did that?
No, I don't remember
like
at all.
2
I'm
years
just kidding.
ago now.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be funny. So I'd like to release that this upcoming year also. Do like the cult guy. Here's this, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the high roller.
Got some stuff planned. Okay. That does work. But it'd be fun to stream while I'm editing also. That's kind of like another reason I'm getting like a little character going and like trying to get like a nice streaming setup so that I can be... So if one, I have an excuse to stream, but two, I can also like engage with people and make the editing process something that is content also. Or at least that's the idea.
We talking like streaming while video editing or what?
Yeah, I don't know how well
okay.
that would work, but I could do it while I'm animating.
Yeah.
You have plenty of experience doing that.
Yeah. Oh, it'd actually be kind of cool to like animate while doing some kind of VTubing thing like this.
Animate while doing VTubing?
Well, while having kind of like a character. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey. Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time. I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through Head Scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well. I'm not giving up. He wants evidence, but he'll never go looking for it. He's scared I'm right. He'll never listen unless I hold the proof right in front of his face. He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it. That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legion's. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members. Look at the followers of the apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide. I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets its attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea. Our elder before McNamara, he had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it. I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
I wish. I wonder if. Well, I wonder if Jacob's gonna do some kind of stuff like this for his animations, like motion capture stuff, to help speed up the process.
Yeah, he's doing that puppet thing.
Oh yeah, he's been
trying to get back to that.
Been dabbling with that for a few years now.
Yeah, it's another thing that he had like rigged up nice and tight for, but it updated, and now some of that I think needs to be redone.
Yeah. Dang.
But he's been fixing it. I think.
Mhm.
I think maybe he's got it done by now. I haven't talked to Jacob in a while.
He was on a couple nights ago.
Yeah, but he didn't talk when I was on, at least.
Oh, okay. He talked a bit in the beginning, and then he kind of went AFK for the rest of the time.
Hey!
Okay, well, I need to hop off now.
Alrighty.
Hey!
Thank you for having me on your stream.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for providing a lot of stuff to talk about.
Sorry, it's more me just kind of like for most of the time. We'll,
We were gonna. I feel like you and I were gonna like kind of like talk about it in like a more like proper, gradual way, but Joel just kind of like used a fucking sledgehammer and just was like, "We're gonna talk about all the fucking negative aspects about this right now." It's all good though.
and yeah, like I said, there's going to be things that I think about. There's just so much that happened. There's going to be things that I think about them. Oh, shit. That too. I should have my phone on me and make like a little list of those things. But yeah, thanks for chatting.
Yep.
Okay, bye-bye. Say
talk
bye,
to you later.
everybody. Cool. Peace.
Bye-bye. I think I'm going to change Discords. Let me see if I can do that. There we go.
Hey!
Hey. Oh my god. How could there be any more enemies around here? Oh, those are a lot of scorpions.
Hey!
again, if anyone's ever watching this someday and is wondering why am I Jinx while playing Fallout New Vegas, well, it's because the Fallout show on Amazon. It's the main actress who plays the main character in that Fallout show is also the voice actress that voices the character Jinx in the show Arcane. And I just thought it'd be cool to have like some kind of a crossover of sorts. But yeah. All right, let's lockpick this.
Hello.
Oops, that's not good. Give me a second. Trying to load the window for the game again. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if the game crashed. Damn, did the game crash? It might have. Oh no, it did crash. Oh well. Yeah. I think that's gonna be it for my stream for today, but you know what? Let's see if I can reload the game real quick. Come on, hands. Yeah, maybe I won't try to go through that door that I went last time. I'll do it later. Anybody home?
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology. Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun.
Farming technology?
More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course.
Tell me about the rangefinder.
It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios 1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios 1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. All for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip.
The rangefinder sounds promising.
They defended Helios like it was their last stand. Didn't even know if there was anything worth defending. How could there be, with all we lost? Even if it did work, it'd be under NCR control now. So it'd either prove our goals are wrong, or we're incapable of pursuing them. There's a pawn shop in Outer Vegas we could check, and I've heard of a gift shop in the Strip that deals in pre-war antiques.
Maybe the pulse gun would be a smarter move.
Yeah, maybe they'll think twice about engaging the NCR if they know one of those could be floating around. The notes say to look around Nellis Air Force Base. He suggests going through filing cabinets and computers in the commanding officer's quarters.
By the way, I'm going through all these options for the possibility of just like having all these options available to me. I've changed my mind. Let's go after the farming tech.
Okay. What better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran. I like the way you think. What'd you think of Mr. House? I was surprised he only had the 2 robot sex slaves.
No, look who it is. The #1 Seuss hater is back. What is up? Yo. What's going on over here?
Come on!
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Where the hell am I supposed to go? Is it like below me? Oh, I think it is.
Hello.
Hey. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr.
Hello there.
Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22? No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22. Where to begin?
I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
I'd say so.
A realist. We have that in common. A year ago, I'd have said the same. But what if I was to tell you that the wasteland can yield an endless bounty, and that the secret may lie a mere few miles from where we stand? We need only reach out and take it, and for that, I need you.
Scientific discovery is never so simple as that.
Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
All right, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
All right.
Best of luck to you. Not that you'll need it. You seem like a reasonably competent person.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but did he give you a job?
Yes, he asked me to get some data from Vault 22.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
Nope. Hildred didn't mention anyone else.
But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
All right. I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
Goodbye.
Right. Good luck.
22, Vault 22. Yeah, I know what Vault 22 is. Vault 22 sucks. It really does. Seuss. Leave Seuss alone. Well, let's see. How long have I been streaming now? Okay, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Come on, dude. What? Seuss. Yeah, I don't hear any audio. What's going on with that? There, we got audio. What's with all this Arabic wording in the chat? I can't read any of that. Alright, here comes that door again that crashed the whole game last time. Hopefully it won't this time around, but let's find out. Alright, success. I'm only over here right now to see if I can repair some of these solar panels. Last time my repair stats, I think, were not high enough. Among Us. Swoos, I am actually thinking about playing Among Us in VR while streaming, or at least record it, and then edit it later. Damn it. Still not high enough. I will only play Fortnite if I can get the Jinx skin, and then I'll play it. Just wouldn't feel right to play as any other skin.
They say those robots... on the strip to run... running around with different faces or something. Don't ask, because I don't know.
If I know my pal Betty, he's swinging with the big cat upstairs as we speak. Or he's chasing some angel broad with cans as big as her halo. Those were our top stories. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
Sweet. I got Eddie working now. Bob's Burgers. I do not like that cartoon. I find it way too boring. I think I'm truly gonna end it on that. But yeah, thank you for watching, Seuss people, Seuss brothers, whoever you may be. Until next time. As my hands go crazy. There we go. Bye-bye. What? You don't want me to leave yet, Seuss? Can't end like this? Oh, now you're typing English. Like, you should be typing English all the time. I can't understand any of the Arabic that you're typing. Let's see if there's one small mission I can do. That won't take too much time. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do the mission, How Little We Know. Talk to the receptionist in Gamora about Omerta activities. Whatever that entails.
Thank you for visiting New Things.
Hey, no one but Omertas are allowed to carry guns into Gamora. Check your weapons with me. You'll get these back on your way out.
Hello and welcome to Gamora. What can I help you with today?
I'm calling in for an outstanding balance for some information. Tell me what the Omertas are up to.
I knew someone would call in that mark soon. What do you want to know?
I need to know who to talk to about what's been going on in Gamora.
All I can tell you is to find Kachino. He's the lowest level lieutenant you're going to be able to talk to. Some of the girls say he's been involved in some shady business the family wouldn't really like. Ask him about it.
What the fuck is that thing?
You tell me, buddy.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Stop saying fuck, fucker. Shit.
Bosses don't like no trouble in their place. The moor is always open for business.
I have no idea if I'm going the right way. I guess I'm not. Damn it.
I got kicked out of Ultralux the other day.
And the game just crashed. Ah, what a shame. Fairly certain it did. Well, this game is old and buggy, so... Oh yeah, it's not even available for me to open up anymore. Oh well. This truly is it now. I am going to be going. And, yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. For reals.